Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. This is the first match of the OWC Season 2. I'll be doing your color casting on Beatdown Boulevard. Here I have Swan with me doing the play-by-play. And we're going to have VMD doing the analyzing in between each round. So the first match today is going to be Biohazard versus C9. Or sorry, Z9. So Swan. Z9. So Swan, what are you looking for this match?
I'm just looking for good Overwatch. But
that's good. Simple man.
Biohazard. We actually seen them play before against Deadeye, which was the losers winning round for the losers bracket last season, right before the grand finals. With Deadeye, they won against Biohazard, but they put up a good fight against Deadeye.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of the, even though they didn't win many maps, a lot of them were really close. This time Biohazard's using, actually they used the Brigitte last time. So we're gonna see if it does better for them now. Now they have the Widowmaker too. So I think what they need to do is really keep her safe. Make sure she has the pocket and the space to do her work. And if Z9's gonna wanna get through this, they're gonna have to be able to dive the Widow quick and shut her down.
They're gonna have to be really careful. Insanity. He's gonna have to be really careful about this dive that C9 is looking to have. Just trying to dive onto the Widow in the back, and you can see Weeaboo posted back. He anticipated the Widow, looks like it, since he's keeping her off the high ground. Meanwhile, in the backline, Serial tried to cause control, but he gets taken out by the team and finished off by carrying me. Meanwhile, Weeaboo, he takes out Proto Man in the backline, but he gets taken out instantly by Broken. But it doesn't even matter. Looks like Broken's gonna have to wait for their Diva to get back into mech and for the rest of their team to come back. Meanwhile, Insanity gets the pick onto Vampire. Looks like he's gonna start this push forward. Actually, there's a disconnect.
Yeah, it looks like somebody's. Yeah, it looks like somebody from Biohazard is disconnected.
Apparently, but Biohazard is still continuing on this fight. They're able to demech Zanboy and carry me. So it looks like they're gonna push the payload even longer.
With literally no regard for their lack of a sixth man, they're just taking down Z9 one by one. Now they're moving the payload.
Ooh, meanwhile, Vampire trying to take a fight against Insanity. He wins that fight, but it doesn't even matter since Biohazard is still pushing on the Serial, jumping in, trying to cause some trouble. He gets slept and native, but he's able to get away. Insanity with the counter snap and another kill onto Weeaboo. He's able to get out of there. They don't even need a 6-man for this. They're just rolling all over this. Nick is able to resurrect Vampire, but Serial is able to kill Nick right after he resurrects. Carry Me and Infamous falling right after. And looks like Biohazard is just trying to close out the rest of the game.
Yeah, Z9 really needs to just regroup and not take this fight. They just keep trickling in and losing one after another. And even if Biohazard only has 5 people, you can win a 5v3. So now they just need to. There's only 5 people on the side of Biohazard. All they have to do is pressure the Widowmaker, and she'll have absolutely no room. Because otherwise, Insanity is just another shill on the Vampire.
Oh, and another on the carry me. Insanity basically carrying this point, and he gets another kill onto Nick and Vampire. Insanity is just going insane. Meanwhile, in the backline, Infamous is like contesting this cart, so they won't be able to get any much progress on this.
Oh, with no regard for human life, Insanity is just taking Z9 down one after another.
Ooh, Insanity finally getting taken out by a Zanboy. But doesn't even matter since Broken is able to get the double kill onto the supports with the barrage. And Barrage is able to come back. Proto Man is able to join back. And he switches onto the Lucio, giving him much needed healing on the cart. Meanwhile, Vampire getting taken out from the high ground. Looks like it'll be an easy fight for Biohazard as there's only 2 members from Z9.
Yeah, Z9 is giving Insanity way too much room. Just over and over again, he's uncontested killing people. And the counter Widow isn't working, so they really need to switch it up if they want to be able to put pressure onto her. Otherwise, this is just going to keep going the same way. Just like that.
Ooh, Insanity is just showing who's the more dominant Widow here, taking out Vampire. And just straight up winning the Widow duel.
Yes, this Widow on the side of Z9 isn't working. They need to change something right now. Otherwise, this is just going to be more of the same.
Meanwhile, Vampire using his sights, trying to figure out where the Widow is at. So he can counter snipe him. While in the backline, Serial by himself, he will get taken out and leave this leave Biohazard in the 5v6. Meanwhile, Insanity shortens that, makes it a 5v5 by taking out Vampire. See if he can get even more picks. Lee is low health. He's able to get healed back up. Both Demon Bombs being used at the exact same time, both getting no one. Actually, more games. He takes out Carry Me, who is on the only one on the point. Vampire getting taken out by Insanity. Insanity is just showing his dominance with this Widow, as Zamboy is able to be mech'd of all that damage, and they're just cleaning up. All they need to do is just clean up Carry Me and the Widow inside, and Biohazard will take this.
Unbelievable. One man down, and Biohazard just trudges on. You know, it's too bad. Z9 really just needed to. I think they needed to give their Widow a little more space and also pressure the other Widow at the same time, because especially in this last point, it was really clear Insanity just had all the room in the world. And after outplaying Vampire especially, there was nobody to contest him, as he was so far from the point, but had a perfect sight line. And after that, the kills just kept rolling in.
Yeah, Insanity was just going insane on the Widowmaker, getting 4 picks in the street space, which allowed Biohazard to push up even without the 6-man. Was able to join back mid-streets.
Yep, but it is the end of the round, so like we said, VMD should be coming in any second now to tell us a little bit before the round starts.
Yeah, what's up?
There he is.
Alright, so what Biohazard did was they were on attack first, yes?
Yes.
They used the pharmacy as quite a diversion, more like a distraction, so to create space for the Widow, so the Widow will be able to get off the picks. Z9 on defense, they went dive at first to hopefully be able to stop any dive they had with the Ana and the Lucio. They mostly wanted to focus the tanks, as they also did have a soldier. But once they found out that Biohazard had the Widow, they had to go counter Widow, and at one point went Genji. Hopefully they also went a Mercy to hopefully get off some extra reses, you know, reverse pick the whatever picks Insanity did get.
What do you think they need to do to turn it around this time, regarding Z9?
Regarding Z9, Z9 needs to turn us around by being able to just deny the Widow, make the Widow almost useless, making it a 6v5.
Alright, thank you very much.
Look and see, Vampire instantly getting taken out the second he gets out of spawn by Insanity, so he won't be able to win that Widow duel.
Just duel after.
Meanwhile, Infamous just jumps in trying to cause control, but he gets thrown out by the Brigitte, and on the side is Zamboy. He just demaxed and looks like they're gonna have to reset. Actually, Nick is just pushing the car by himself, but he will get hooked and presumably taken out right after. So
yeah,
that definitely has to reset.
Yeah, the cart wasn't nearly enough for that to be worth trying. And Vampire, I gotta say, I respect the hustle. This guy get picked time after time, but he is still sticking to this Widow. But I think that's gonna hurt them, because they really need to switch something up. Especially, they should take advantage of the Brigitte. Oh, and there's another pick.
Infamous trying to close space on the Xanadu, but he gives him even more space. He allows him to take out Vampire in that. Meanwhile, on the cart is Zamboy and Nick. He's just battling on the point, just trying to get as much as they can, but the rest of this thing is able to blend back up. Meanwhile, in the backline, Insanity takes out Carry with the headshot, and it looks like T9's gonna have to retreat on this.
Yeah, now they're just playing the dive comp really passively, and that's not only is that not optimal, it's dangerous against the Widowmaker. They need to get up around, maybe on the high ground, get away from some open space, and then dive the Widowmaker. They need to pressure her, deny her space, and deny her the ability to do what she's been doing the entire time. And
yeah,
they can
exactly.
Yeah, and Biohazard has low heals too. They only have the Brigitte, who doesn't heal too much, and the Zenyatta, so if they took advantage of the burst damage Dive has, they can win this. They just need to get more aggressive and play smarter.
Weeaboo trying to contest the Widow up here, but he's gonna have to back off. Meanwhile, on the point, more games with the whole hog, he will get taken out by a Zamboy. And the only one left is Serial, the tank. He's pushing pressure onto Carry Me and takes him out. Meanwhile, Infamous taking out Sun in the backline, and it looks like C9 will be able to push up on this.
Wow, yeah, you know, them splitting up actually happened to work out for them. Infamous finding the Proto Man on his own, killing him. They're down one of their supports, and then one after another, the Winston ended up taking advantage of them. Oh,
Looks like a Dragon Blade coming in from Weeblue, but it will get nullified by Sun's Transcendence. And he's just trying to keep Biohazard alive in this. Earthshatter comes in from Cyril, he gets two in it, he gets Nick and Infamous. But Carryme's Transcendence is able to keep both of them alive. This is fight just go either way at this moment. Cyril getting the pin onto the Zamboy, but it doesn't team back come Nick with the Valkyrie, hopefully to keep this team alive. It's just a Zamboy and Carryme left on the point. Carryme will able to take out Cyril and Vampire taking out Insanity. And it looks like the rest of Biohazard is just trickling on in. It's only Proto Man on the point on the Brigitte, but he'll be taking out soon. As it looks like Z9 will take the first gate.
Yeah, now hopefully they can take advantage of some of these late spawns and get some free card time. You know, Biohazard, it really seemed like they were going to win that. Sun's Transcendence was really good in terms of keeping them up, but then Carryme's Transcendence also pretty much saved the fight for them because two members were shattered, but they couldn't get bursted down. Plus Proto Man wasn't brawling too much, so they really weren't able to take advantage of Brigitte's heal, as she only passively heals when she's doing damage.
Looks like they're trying to put pressure onto Insanity, who was taken out pretty early in the fight. To allow Z9 to push him on the meanwhile. In this next fight, Palmer Rage coming in from Infamous, trying to bat around the Brigitte, so she won't be able to use her rally on any of her teammates and just herself. Carryme using the Transcendence on point, trying to keep Infamous alive, and the Zamboy, as Proto Man is the only one left on point. Meanwhile, Vampire getting taken out Insanity and Broken, popping the attack visor on the high ground, trying to put some pressure onto the tanks. The Zamboy is the only one left on point. Nick is able to pop out and try to save the Zamboy, but it'll not be enough as he gets the match. Weeblue pulling out the Dragon Blade, trying to get Sun in it. He gets Sun, but can take his own life, and it looks like Z9 has to retreat on this.
You know what, it's a failed push, but Z9's doing much better now that they swapped off the Widowmaker. They realize now they have to pressure her and take advantage of the mobility of the comp they have.
Ooh. Feels bad for Vampire. He gets hella staggered after that.
Yeah, now they need to regroup, especially now that Insanity has walls. They really don't want to peek him without a... Oh my goodness.
Ooh, Infamous getting caught out of position. He gets hooked and shot in the head.
Yeah, you know, the only real problem with that last push was the Genji's choice in targets in the Dragon Blade. He should have gone for the Zenyatta immediately, but instead went for the Brigitte, who has more HP than your usual support. So I think next time, just a little better focus fire from Z9. But other than that, they're playing this comp really well. And now they're switching back to the Widowmaker. I don't know how I feel about that.
Ooh, Vampire with the stick onto Broken. It looks like they're going to try to push up on this advantage. But meanwhile, Insanity takes out Weeaboo, who switched over to the Widowmaker. And it looks like this ball will continue on point. Diva Bomb coming in from Biohazard. Meanwhile, the counter Diva Bomb going in trying to take a play. It doesn't get anything. And Biohazard just pushing onto this. Carryme gets taken out by Broken, and Zamboy gets demed. It looks like Z9's going to have to fall back on this again.
Yeah, you know, they shouldn't have ever swapped to the Widowmaker. Their comp, them not finishing that push wasn't due to their comp. It was just a few misplays. But the comp they have and the style of play they're choosing is really beneficial to them. So, and now I don't know why they're switching to a more Deathball style comp. I don't know how this is going to work for them, but at least now they're coming up on the Earth Shatter, so we'll see what's going to happen.
They're going to have to protect Carryme real bad since he has the Transcendence, and if he gets picked off by Insanity early, then this is still trouble for Z9.
Yeah, they're
going to... Bullhogs coming in from Cyril, and Carryme is just going to use the Transcendence anyway. He's going to nullify all this damage coming in from the attack visor by Broken. A big fatty shatty from Infamous. He gets almost all the members of Biohazard, but it looks like they won't be able to dematch more games. Insanity being taken up by Carryme. It looks like Z9 has the upper hand in this fight. Proto Man using the rally to try to keep himself alive, and Sun coming in with the Transcendence to keep the rest of this team alive. More games is able to rematch. This fight could actually go either way. Infamous is balling on point, but he'll get taken out. And the Zamboy is the only tank left. And they actually get off the cart for a millisecond. Biohazard will take this round.
This map goes to Biohazard, and now that the map's done, like we said before, VMD, what you got for us?
Alright, so Z9, what they really would try to do here is that they try to focus Insanity's Widow. So all they had was just Widow pressure, and what Biohazard was hoping to do was they would take out some fights, you know, kind of like a brawl with the Brigitte and the Hog and the Diva, they hope to take the fight on the ground and hopefully distract almost all of Z9 and direct their attention to the team fight on the ground and completely forget about Biohazard's Widow.
Yeah, I agree. I think them ditching Z9 ditching the Widowmaker really worked out for them, as essentially it was night and day the difference between their defense and their attack, because they were able to give Insanity the pressure that would have given them the space to keep moving forward. But then them switching off and then being a little finicky with their picks, I think hurt them in the end. Ooh, do my eyes deceive me? Do I see a Doom Fist?
It does not. It looks like Bimbo Jimbo will be running the Doomfist. Actually, Bimbo Jimbo wasn't in the last map. He is a replacement.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So we'll see what he can do for Z9 now that he's here. So they're going, okay, so triple tank comp coming out from Biohazard. Although Lucio Brigitte, so not a lot of healing going on exactly, but they have speed and the potential armor. What they're going to need to do is get real aggressive and win the brawl. But however, the Z9 has a Zarya, so they could use that to get her high charge, and high charge Zarya is essentially another DPS.
And Bimbo Jimbo can help her with that charge as he needs to go deep into the team to get any value. It looks like Weeaboo will take out Insanity before the fight even begins, and Proto Man also being taken after that. Biohazard just down 3 members, but never mind, they're up 4 members now as Infamous gets resurrected, and the fight just continues. More games getting taken out, and it looks like Biohazard will go on to point to open it up.
Yeah, that insta-kill on Insanity was so good. Only a 10% ult charge. It denied him so much ultimate time, so much potential damage. Then Proto Man falling right after. That was definitely the end of that fight.
Looks like Cyril's just trying to go back with his team, just trying to get some Pokemon, trying to get some ult charge. Meanwhile, Vampire and Bimbo Jimbo, they're pretty close to their ultimates on the side of Z9. So you can see Infamous also getting that Earth Shatter, and he will use it on board games, taking him out. And the Meteor Strike coming in from Bimbo Jimbo going onto the point. It looks like it will take out Insanity and DMEC Broken, and they'll be able to hold this.
Oh my goodness, Bimbo Jimbo just dominating. Already on fire, uses his Meteor Strike on top of the Earth Shatter, although he's already halfway to another one. Infinity dying yet again. 2 fights at only 43%. They really need to push this aggression. Now they're switching to the Pharah in hopes that nobody can hurt.
Ooh. Morgan's getting taken out in the backline before the fight even begins by Vampire. But let's see, he won't be resurrected as they're just going to let him stay dead. Actually, they don't have a Mercy.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
They have a Pharah though, so Broken switching up onto the Pharah, just trying to put pressure on this Doomfist, who is putting really a bunch of pressure onto Biohazard. But they're going to just go around, just ignore the whole team fight, just fight on point. A whole hog coming in from Cyril, just trying to put pressure onto Reinhardt. And Soundbearer coming in from the side of Biohazard. The user Earth Shatter, who will get nothing actually. Nick will be taken out by Broken on point as the Graviton caught all of them in it. But they're able to come out stronger than ever. They're able to take out Karami and Infamous. Bimbo Jimbo also falling. And looks like Vampire's got their key on this. And Z9 is going to have to reset.
Yeah, 2 things really helped Biohazard there. The Sound Barrier and the Earth Shatter. Getting caught on the grab and then getting the enemy team getting shattered immediately really prevented the potential team wipe, and it gave Insanity more time and sustain to actually do the damage, and now he's coming up to his Death Blossom.
Ooh, Vampire just trying to take the fight 1v6. He gets a stick on the shield, but it gets nothing, but he gets taken out for it. A Shatter coming in from Infamous, only getting some, but they won't be able to close on it. Infamous charging into Moore's game, he's able to stun him. And he also gets the stun onto Cyril, but he won't die. Death Blossom coming in, but doesn't get anyone. Also, the Doomfist Meteor Strike doesn't get anyone either. Broken, taking out Karami as the retreat from Z9.
Yeah, he definitely should have held on to that Meteor Strike, but it was probably a panic ult as he's invincible for the few seconds he doesn't come down. Pretty good ult management, only using the Earth Shatter, almost coming up. Sorry, not the Earth Shatter, but the Death Blossom and the Rally. So now, although now they still have the Sound Barrier again, almost another Earth Shatter, and the barrage that they're using right now.
The barrage taking out Vampire, which is gonna be big for them. Bimbo Jimbo going in, just trying to cause some pressure. Shatter coming up from Morgan, getting 3 people, both of the main supports, and only Nick will be taken out of those supports. Bimbo Jimbo will get the kill on more games, but will it be enough? Doesn't look like it, as he's the only member of Z9. He gets caught in the back and killed. Vampire just trying to test on the high ground. They only have 80%, on the point. Vampire will get staggered real bad, only 90% on the point. They're gonna need to get on this fast.
Yeah, Biohazard's playing this team comp really well. They're getting super aggressive. Nobody can touch the Pharah, and Z9's not even trying to change to fight it. They're using their ultimates really well.
Proto Man is able to get on point. Both Sound Barriers being used and Shadows, all the ultimates being used. The Meteor Strike coming in from Bimbo Jimbo. It gets nothing, but it causes a lot of space for Z9 to come in. Insanity using the Bless Blossom, but he gets punched into the wall. Shatter comes in for more games, but he gets taken out right after. No follow-up. Broken will be taken out right after. And Z9 will flip this to them with only 91% on the point. They just need to keep Biohazard off of this, and then they can capture the first round. This is like Sound just trying to jump in, and he gets taken out. He gets punched straight into a wall. Doesn't even get to the point. And Z9 will take the first round.
You know, although I questioned more games using that ult, I guess he knew if they lost that fight, they lost the round. And it was huge, but sadly no follow-up. But like, you know, end of the round, and here comes VMD.
Alright. So what Biohazard was, they went more for kind of like a brawl kind of situation here, where they did pull out the 3 tanks and Vegeta, Lucio. I don't remember who else was their DPS. I believe it was.
It was Pharah and a Reaper.
Correct. They went the Reaper. No, they went the Pharah to counter Z9's Doomfist, but their Doomfist was just way too much.
Yeah, he was, but yeah, really good meteor strikes and everything. Now, Insanity's playing the Widow. Just as like
back on the Widow, just trying to put pressure onto the squishies of Z9. Hopefully he's able to stop Bimbo Jimbo.
Biohazard running 2 main tanks. Pretty interesting style. And
Infamous falling off the map. That's unfortunate. And Z9 will be down a tank. Insanity getting PK headshot. Bimbo Jimbo.
Oh my goodness.
God damn Insanity.
He just needs to change his name to Insanity. This is unbelievable. In a map that you could hardly say favors Widow. This guy is just popping off, and he's in the middle, in the mega near their spawn. Literally no regard, no respect.
He has no care in the world. Insanity can do whatever.
Yeah, Bimbo Jimbo swapping to the McCree. Definitely need to take down the Pharah and at least contest Insanity at range in some way.
Insanity being jumped on by Vampire. He will get taken out. It looks like it might be a reflect from Vampire. But he gets resurrected right after, and slides back out. Infamous caught in the open, actually. He's caught in the backline, and he will be taken out. And Z9 will be down 2 players, as Bimbo Jimbo also gets taken out alongside Carry Me.
Yeah, this comp isn't really gonna... It doesn't seem like this comp is working for them. Playing this slow and steady type comp gives Insanity way too much room, way too much space. As soon as the shield drops, somebody's head gets blown off. They really, Z9 needs to run a dive just like they did before and just put all the pressure onto him. Don't let him work. Force him to switch off the Widow. See, they have the Genji. They just need the Winston.
Well, I can see Z9 just coming in, just using the shield, and a pull coming in for more games gets Weaver. He takes him out before the fight even begins. Broken with the barrage. He's able to get Bimbo Jimbo. And Z9's got to retreat on this again.
Yeah, you really need to watch for that Pharah, especially when she's getting this close to a barrage. And there's really good ult management from the side of Biohazard. Only using 2 of their ultimates, almost getting 1 back, and pretty much having all 5.
Insanity didn't really do much in that last fight, but just Insanity being there, it scared Z9 enough that they had to play really passively, but it allowed the rest of Biohazard to come in on this. A big ult coming in, trying to pull him off the point. It doesn't work though, as all able to keep up. Carry Me just trying to keep his tanks alive. They're able to take on Insanity, and Z9 will put the point.
Yeah, that ult only works once. Only using 2 ultimates, although both support ultimates to get this point. Z9 has it, but they can't afford to lose this fight or they'll lose the map. But they do have 4 ultimates, so if used correctly, they could make this work for them. But they really need to be careful of the rally and the supercharger.
Biohazard just electing to go with the farmers to the side, but a high noon coming in from Bimble Jimble trying to pick him out of the sky. It forces Sun to come down close to Weeaboo and he will get taken out by him. So it looks like Biohazard has to retreat on this.
Wow, huge kill from Infamous.
He's able to get the kill onto Proto Man, and meanwhile over here, Serial getting trapped by the members of Z9. He will be taken out, and just a big stagger for Biohazard.
Yeah, Infamous just swinging and swinging, getting the kills. Seems like this is starting to look in favor of Z9, because it is easier for them to hold the point with this comp than it is to capture it. So if you correct, oh, they're coming around the left now, so hopefully they notice.
They're coming up from the side. Hopefully they don't get trapped by this. We can see more games. Not more games, Weeaboo. Just trying to get the hook. And meanwhile, in the back line, Vampire slicing up 2 members of Biohazard. Let's see if he can get the third on the Zanity. He does get taken out in the end. And they're going to have to retreat.
Crazy ultimate. Carry Me taking down Broken right away was so huge. And then Vampire, despite his low HP, getting the multiple kills on that. Yeah, they really need to change something up or start using their ultimates. They've been holding on to that supercharger for a long time. Same with the rally. It's now or never for Biohazard.
They're going to have to use all the ultimates to get on point. There's only 9-1 left. So Power Rage getting on to contest the point and force them onto the carry with the Transcendence, trying to keep his tanks alive. As Serial is just batting him around like a toy. Weeaboo getting halted off the map by High Noon. Coming up from Boom Jumbo is only to get more games, but it doesn't even matter. As Vampire, he takes out Insanity, but Serial and Broken are able to take out the supports, and Infamous is the one left on point, and he will get taken out. Z9 losing the fight and the round.
Wow, yeah, that was definitely a misplay. Zenyatta transing being the only one on point, despite them about to lose it. I think that had to be a miscommunication. That must be really frustrating. Just ending up alone on the point, getting bursted down, then one after another, your team just falling apart. But now we're here at 1-1, and let's see what VMD has to say about this.
What Biohazard tried to do again was they tried to pull out the Widow, so hopefully they could frag out. They also did the Pharmacy as well, as more of a distraction kind of comp. What Z9 tried to do was they went half Death Ball, half Dive, which you can't go 50-50 when you're trying to create a team comp. That was their biggest downfall.
Yeah, what do you need to do to pull it together?
They need to have a straight, clear, they need to have a goal.
Yeah.
They all just need to go for the same goal rather than go for 2 different goals.
Yeah, they don't need to be wishy-washy. All right.
There's a big hook onto Nick. Serial just trying to get an early pick onto this, and Danny in the back trying also to get an early pick on this. No pick. Happened so far. Never mind. Insanity. He takes out Nick as the fight is starting again. Proto Man getting taken out on the side of Z9. Not Z9. Sorry. On the side of Biohazard. And it looks like Carry Me is the only one left on point to fight more games. More games will take him out. And it looks like Biohazard is going to open this point for them. While Bimble Jimbo is coming in trying to cause some trouble. A fast Diva Bomb from more games is able to kill Bimble Jimbo and Weeaboo, the other Diva, who will get killed. Nick resurrecting Bimble Jimbo. This is just a long stall coming in from Z9 as Sun is also able to resurrect Broken. And it doesn't even matter for these resurrects coming in. It looks like Biohazard will hold their own. Infamous, the only one left on point. With Carry Me falling alongside of them. Actually, Infamous is able to get away, but either way, Z9 loses the fight, and Biohazard takes the point.
Yeah, what a long first fight. I think it was starting to go in Z9's favor, but they just started losing track, separating, not keeping an eye on their supports, and it ended up hurting them in the end. 2 ultimates came out from both sides. Now Bimbo Jimbo is playing the McCree, again to counter the Pharah, and maybe contest the Widow, so hopefully that works out for them. They need to get really aggressive if they want this to work, though.
Yeah, a Valkyrie and a Barrage coming in from the side of Biohazard. Broken is able to get 2 in that, taking out Bimbo Jimbo and Nick. As long as Z9 doesn't use any ultimates on this fight, they should be good for the next fight as they only have 5 ults. Never mind, Weeaboo using his ultimate to try to get back into his mech to try to fight this some more.
Yeah, probably unnecessary for him. Maybe it was a safety, but it was basically 6 against 3. There's really no need for that. But still, now they still have 5 ultimates on their side, and they could, if they use this properly, take the push and hold for a while. Both support ultimates too.
More games getting really low. He has to use his Diva Bomb to try to put pressure, and it gets Bimbo Jimbo. He doesn't have an ult though, so everyone else on the side of Z9 has an ult. Transcendence and a Dagger Blade comes in from the side of Z9 to try to take this point from him. Rally coming in from Proto Man, just trying to keep the scheme alive. As Sun is just flying to his mercy, to his Pharah, just trying to get some cover. Proto Man picking out Bimbo Jimbo and carrying me, following alongside with him. More games, putting pressure on the ulting Mercy, trying to just put some pressure on him so he won't be able to heal up the team to full extent. Nick getting out of that Valkyrie, he'll be checking out on the retreat.
Yeah, they need to get on the point really soon, although they really don't have much to work with here. And another barrage for the side of Broken, and almost a bomb too.
Weeaboo getting staggered at the end of that, he won't be able to be in for the next fight. Both tanks are out of commission actually. A barrage coming in for Broken, getting Vampire and a Diva Bomb just to zone out the rest of Z9 from this point. Carry me following alongside. And it looks like Z9 won't be able to get to this point, and Biohazard will go up 2-0 in the series.
Yep, that's the map, and so Nepal goes to Biohazard. DMD, what do you think?
Z9 decided to go for the McCree kind of dive. They had all the dive components. They had a Mercy in place of Lucio, which is fine. They really wanted to get rid of that Widowmaker that they knew Biohazard was going to have, and that Far Mercy as well. Biohazard went more for the counter dive kind of play, since they did incorporate the Brigitte. They wanted to be able to counter dive once they capped the point. So they used the Brigitte as more of the frontline tank rather than a support. They did do a Pharmacy Widow dive, which, I mean, hey, when you want your Widow to pop off, this is how you do it.
Yeah, agreed. What do you think they need to do to... what do you think Z9 needs to do to turn it around?
They really need to start picking up their dive. Their dives have been weak. They need to go classic dive, you know, Tracer, Genji, Lucio, Zen, Diva, Winston, and just focus down that Widow.
Yeah, I agree. I think the coordination's a little off too, because there were a couple times it really like they were about to win Nepal, but then they just started falling apart, not really communicating, being in multiple places. As was said before, kind of going half and half, and that's not working for them. So I think, especially, yeah, they got the Orisa Hog. They really need to play this up close and brawly. They really need to sit in one place and fight. I think Orisa's pretty good for that, so that could work out. And they would want to be up close because they have the Junkrat. So I think that comp really favors them, and it favors Insanity more than ever because it forces them to focus on the tanks and the DPS, whereas Insanity will be in the back, just taking shots.
Weeaboo electing actually to go on the Widow, just trying to duel Insanity in the back. Meanwhile, in the middle of the fight, Carry Me, he will get demeched and killed thereafter by Broken on the Junkrat, just putting a lot of pressure onto these tanks, and they're gonna have to retreat on this. Nick is just standing there, getting pretty weird from Nick.
Maybe he already used his fate, accepted his fate, and just got out of there, or just went for the hard reset.
That was mega hard. It's so hard that he's not even moving from spawn.
Oh boy. So now I think the big problem there was Carry Me got way ahead of himself, ended up getting hooked. They really need to work with the Rhine shield, because the Rhine is going to be what gives them the most space.
They're just trying to put a lot of ult charges. Bimbo Jimbo with a double kill on Proto Man and Broken, and Weeaboo getting the Widow duel on Insanity. Bimbo Jimbo just going to town on Biohazard as he's able to get 4 kills on that push.
Absolutely huge. That earlier damage given off by the Rhine and the rest of the team really made it easy for him to fly in there and just finish them off real quick with his consecutive abilities. And then Weeaboo winning the Widow duel pretty much sealed it. So now both teams got ultimates heading to point B. Weeaboo again!
Weeaboo, another shot onto Insanity. He's able to earn his sights so that his team will know where everyone's posted at. There's only 3 members of Biohazard posted up on this high ground. It looks like Matt will take a serial, taking out Weeaboo in the back. Unfortunate for Weeaboo, and it looks like they're gonna have to retreat on this as the Riptire coming in from Broken is able to get Infamous.
No one can hide.
Z9's gonna have to really retreat on this, especially since they're down a player as Nick DC'd apparently.
Oof, we're about to play, but so's Insanity.
So you can see Insanity just no mercy on this, just trying to get a pick or not. It's just really confusing as they will unpause and fight the 5v6. So they can see how Z9 is gonna do on this next attack.
Yeah, so as you said, 4 ultimates apiece. Widow v Widow. Let's see what we can get going on here.
This will be an interesting fight. I would love this. I'm loving this.
Yeah, you know, if Z9 can get a clean enough team kill, I think they could pull it off.
It just requires a bunch of communication and teamwork coming into this, as they're just using the Diva Bomb to try to initiate. It goes inside of the shield, but it doesn't get anybody. As we can see, Infamous charging in. He's getting Total Man, Insanity, taking out Weeaboo in the back. Jimbo jumping in, trying to put pressure on shield. He uses his ultimate just to try to get Broken on the high ground, and it does. Jimbo just going all over the place. Take out Sun before he can use his Transcendence. And Z9 is putting onto this point. Total Man pulling out the rally, taking out Infamous, and Carry Me. And they're gonna have to reset again.
You know what? That was really starting to work out for them, but they just, again, they gave Insanity all the room he needed to just pop off again and again, and now he's taking Weeaboo out too.
Ooh, Weeaboo taking out before the fight. That's big. It wasn't even a headshot on him. So poor Weeaboo.
Yeah, now switching to the Zenyatta, so they're going for a 2-2-1 with only Bimbo Jimbo on the DPS.
Weeaboo has to be careful going back into this as Insanity. He has sights and he uses it to advantage, taking out Weeaboo before he can regroup with his team. It's just a 4v6 at this point.
Yeah, they really need to give him some sort of cover if he's going to ever make it there, because Insanity is just going to stand by that window as long as they let him.
Meanwhile, the tire coming in from Broken, taking out Owl, and Insanity taking out Weeaboo, so both the supports are down, even if they killed Broken. Insanity getting Infamous with that Venom Mine. So Z9 has to retreat on this, definitely.
Yeah, I think Infamous was trying to shatter him during his cast time, because I do believe that would make him waste his ultimate. It would have been a huge play, but it's one of those, you're a god if you can do it, and you're terrible if you can't, so.
So I can see Carry Me jumping in, trying to put some pressure onto more games. He'll be able to jump back down, but they won't be able to push on this. They're electing to go middle, as Infamous just charges in, trying to get Sun by himself. But more games, he's able to come in and get Carry Me, de-meching him. Meanwhile, Insanity just popping heads on point, killing Infamous and Owl, and Bimbo Jimbo on the retreat. So Z9 definitely has to reset.
Yeah, I don't think this, especially with 5, they're not going to be able to make this this death ball work. They really need to consider a dive.
Mad stagger by Carry Me.
Oh wow, that's unfortunate.
That's unfortunate for Carry Me, as they have to wait for him to come back.
Yeah, you know what? Insanity's been getting more Widow Mine kills than I've ever seen in one match.
Well, he's been getting more headshot kills than the other Widow, which is Weeaboo. Weeaboo is trying to win this battle, and he loses it. Insanity on a 15-player kill streak, actually. It's
oh my goodness.
Pretty big for Biohazard so far.
Oof, yeah, that's incredible. Yeah, they need to, I think they really do need to consider going to, yeah, there you go. They have the Genji, but they still don't have the Winston. I really think that's the ideal switch here. It works really well with D.Va. They should just give up. Even though he's close to a shatter, it's not going to help them, given their situation and what they have to fight.
Bimbo Jimbo is just pushing in with the team. It might not work out so much, but meanwhile, Owl getting the kill on the Proto Man. It looks like they might push up on this. And they use the sound barrier to try to initiate this fight, but Sun, with his Transcendence, fight being used, Carry Me with the bomb, just trying to put some space. Going to put pressure onto Z9. Looks like Proto Man will come back and use Rally, but not before Bimble Jimble takes out Zun and Insanity. So you can see Proto Man just brawling on point, just trying to put pressure onto Infamous. Infamous taking out Broken, but More Games comes in with the Shatter, taking him out. Meanwhile, Bimble Jimble taking out Sun in the back line, and he's going back for more, but he gets taken out by More Games. Carry Me is the only one left on point alongside Weeble. They're able to take out More Games and Insanity. Carry Me is left on point. They got this first stake. Let's see if they can get the second. Weeble getting hooked. He's joined by alongside Owl, who doesn't have enough healing for this. Meanwhile, Infamous coming in with the Shatter, but Proto Man blocks it for himself and is able to stop Infamous before he can engage on that. And Z9 has to retreat once again. Only 30 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, you know, that almost did it. I think them splitting up at the end is what really hurt that. They had a really good shot at a second, maybe finishing this point. But them getting split up by the Roadhog, who also got extra armor due to the rally, I think that there was nothing they could have done. And now they're coming up on soldier sites.
Yeah, they really need to get broken because soldier sites can spell trouble for them. It looks like he's just trying to build it up and be able to pop it right here. So he's just putting all his pressure onto Bimble Jimble, and he takes him out, putting more pressure onto Carry Me, who uses his ult. But meanwhile, Broken is able to kill Infamous, and Serial, with the whole hog, just trying to put pressure on the point. He's able to take out Weeaboo, Insanity, taking out Owl, and Carry Me is the only one left on point. He'll be sniped the second he demax. And if Bimble Jimble doesn't get on point, it looks like Biohazard will win this round.
Yeah, focusing Bimble Jimble was smart. Just bursting him down immediately, either with the Widow Shots or the Soldier Sights, taking him out of the fight as he was doing the most work for the team. And that plus their disadvantage is, there's nothing else he could have done. So let's get VMD in here real quick to see what else we can talk about.
Biohazard did run the anti-dive plus Widow on first point. They wanted a burst damage kind of comp to hopefully stop any pushes, any possible dive comps coming out of Z9, and hopefully to make sure that the Biohazard's Widow could actually do a lot of work. On second point though, Biohazard for defense, they did switch to a kind of brawlish kind of comp where they had a Rhine versus a Rhine. They had a Hog. They also had a Brigitte. Z9, what they did on first point was they went for more of kind of control kind of comp. They did want to be able to just kind of almost walk in straight through the front gates. They did have that Doomfist later on. They didn't really focus too much on Xanity's Widow, but they did apply some pressure, not enough. On second point though, when Doofus did have his ult, they did apply pressure to the Widow, and when they did, they actually got a tick.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Yeah, unfortunate for Z9. They're trying to get the sub button in, but according to the rules, he's not allowed to sub in. Or are they just trying to fill him in? Let's see, they won't be able to let Bun play for the side of Z9.
5, 4,
So how do you think they can go into this defense against Biohazard?
Yeah, they just gotta, same as always, pressure Insanity. Bimbo Jimbo in an interesting position. I didn't know you could do that actually.
You can see they're just trying to put a lot of pressure onto Infamous's shield, just creating space for the tanks to come in. But it looks like it might be a bait, as you can see Carry Me just going on the back, but he doesn't initiate on it. 4 games is able to take on Infamous, and Weeble falling alongside him. Bimbo Jimbo also falling, and it looks like Biohazard will take the first point.
Yeah, you know, it's Xena as Biohazard playing the comp really well, just brawling it out with the Brigitte as well, so it keeps the healing up, and then every few seconds she can armor the target. And after that, with only the Zenyatta healing, there isn't too much Z9 can actually do.
Ooh, unfortunate for Carry Me, as he gets really badly staggered just trying to fight a fight he didn't need to fight. Meanwhile, on the point, Biohazard jumped in and just finds the pressure. They're able to kill Weeaboo and Bimbo Jimbo, leaving this a 2v6, leaving off Infamous and Carry Me to try to hold this point. But they won't really get on point, actually, and Biohazard will win the 3rd map and the series.
Yeah, with just over 1 tick to capture, it really didn't take much point presence for them to take it over. An Insanity, play of the match sharpshooter. Who would have guessed? Not me.
Well, Biohazard was a big key part. It was probably a big key part in Nick leaving Z9 to that 5v6.
Yeah, I wish we could have seen what would have happened with all 6 of them. But they played well, so it really could have gone either way.
And we'll go to BMD to the post-series analyst.
Good job on both of the teams. Unlucky to C9 for the lever DC. But for the last part, yeah. For the last map, Biohazard did go for a Brawl for Mercy Widow kind of comp. They did really want Insanity to pop off again. So they went for a Brawl kind of comp. Z9 they went for low heals and they opted for more high damage. So that way they could be able to hopefully hold back Biohazard, but didn't work out according to plan.
Yeah, it was an interesting strategy. It just lacked a little execution, but again, the cards really were stacked against them.
It looks like we're gonna bring in an interview here.
Yeah.
Hopefully it will be Insanity coming in.
Ooh, yeah, that would
on his place.
be great. Control here.
No, I expected like an invite. I didn't expect to be like.
We have all the control.
Nope, you just get dragged in.
All right, it's
Yeah.
cool.
But yeah, man, how you feeling?
Good. Although kind of upset. I don't know.
Why's that?
I don't know. I feel like I could have done better.
How
No,
can
you're-
you do
you're-
better
no,
than that?
He's memeing us. He's memeing us.
No,
Come
I
on.
swear. I swear.
All right. Well, then I gotta say I respect that. But yeah, dude, you were popping off.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, I don't know. I've been sick
Yeah.
as of late. I haven't even been able to play for like the last week. Like
Mhm.
today was like the first day, like last week I played.
Like played at all?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
So
pretty good for coming back.
Yep.
yeah, you
No.
clearly you don't rust.
Not good enough.
Sorry, man. Keep practicing. You'll get there.
Yeah.
Soon you'll just pop everybody's head, and you'll 1v6 the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Is that your
Although-
strategy coming into those maps? Just click heads.
Pretty much, I guess. I had to do what I had to do, and like sometimes it works, sometimes it's like a little bit slower of a strategy, but you know, it just has to work at one point.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You think you can keep this up? Do you think your team can depend on your Widow throughout the rest of the season?
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure. If anything, they'll probably expect a better Widow. You know, I gotta keep like growing as a player.
That's good, man. You guys have. It sounds like your expectations are in line with each other, which is great.
Yeah.
So we can see that.
Uh-huh.
Your next map will be against
Nope,
Dad on
nope. Oh, the next match, you
Thursday.
mean?
Yeah. The next match will
okay.
be against Deb on Thursday. Are you guys gonna win that, or how do you think it's gonna go?
The next game.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean,
I'm
Nepal
trying.
was
I'm trying to remember. Hold up.
yeah, on
Let's see where's the games at? I'm trying to look at the games.
It's in schedule, but it's against Dab on Thursday.
Dab. I don't know. I think I might know some people in Dab. Let me check. No, yeah, I know some people in Dab. They're pretty cool. I'm pretty sure I got the game though.
Oh, okay.
They were
Okay.
always complimenting my Widow when I played with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
no,
So
it's Thursday.
I used
Alright.
to play.
All right, looking forward to it. Last question though.
Uh-huh.
Do you feel? Oh my goodness, I lost it. No. All right. Last question.
Can you carry
Will you?
me?
No, not can you carry me? Although I did say I was gonna ask that. Would you consider changing your name to Insanity?
Insanity.
No. Would just add an S. Just be completely upfront about your Widow play, and it's Insanity.
Yeah, I guess. Is there a problem with the X?
No, not at all, not at all. But there was a point where I'm like, don't even be subtle about it. Just change it to Insanity. I was just joking around.
Insanity for those insane shots.
Well, I mean, I kind of like my name right now, but
Yeah, no worries. It was more of just a for fun thing.
yeah. No, but it's
Right.
still it means the same thing, you know. It's just like an
No, yeah,
X
for
makes it
sure.
look cooler, you know.
Oh yeah, I get you. Those
Like-
old
like-
school gamer tags.
It's like a cool way of doing things, not like the in console where
red-
everyone adds like the XX underscore shit. Like,
Yeah. I got you.
I'm not really a fan of that.
Yeah, I don't blame you. All right, anyways, man. Thanks for talking to us. Good
All
games.
right.
Hope to see you soon.
All right, see you guys. Have a good day.
You too. All right, everyone. That's been season 2, the first match of Biohazard versus Z9. Thanks for tuning in.
I've been
See ya.
Swan, and this has been Beatdown Boulevard. And we will see you next time on OWC.